Experience Karen Hunter
in a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me. And Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power. A 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed. Jasmine Crockett has something to say to Pam Bondi because she's targeting Jasmine Crockett as well. Sitting, of course, House of Representative member. She's being threatened with legal action from Pam Bondi. Play the Jasmine Crockett clip.
To have the sitting attorney general go on, and I'm gonna call it faux news. I know some of y'all love it, but it's fake to me. To have her go on Fox News and to then decide that she wanted to send a threat to me, it was wrong. Because here it is, she is the highest law enforcement agent in this country, and people are watching and they are consuming this information and they are believing that simply because I decided that I wanted to exercise my right to free speech, which I am not abridged from doing, that she then wanted to then politicize something that should not be politicized. I don't like Elon Musk. I'm gonna say it 50,000 times. I don't like him. I don't like that he going out there and he firing people. I think that he's a crook because somehow the rest of us can't sit around and get whatever federal contracts we want. The rest of us can't sit around and get law enforcement and get them somehow ordained as federal law enforcement to protect him. The rest of us can't get our dealerships protected by the federal government. That is somebody that is operating above the law. For whatever reason, just because he has a lot of money, more money than everybody else. And yes, I am happy to see that on my birthday, which is what I said, there were peaceful protests around this world against him because he is a problem. And so you never should have somebody that is sitting that high and is going to sit up here and threaten a sitting member of Congress when she knew good and well, if she watched the entire thing, that I specifically told protesters to make sure you consult with lawyers, just like I've told protesters over and over and over in the history of me advising people to go out and exercise their constitutional right. The fact that there are other sitting members that have received letters of threat from this new DOJ tells me that they are about retribution and they are not about following the law.
Period.
Say what it is.
Yep. We are in lawless times. There are no rules.
Listen, there's no way that someone should be able to put $25 million, a single individual, into the coffers of a single political candidate and go into the region paying people $25 an hour to knock on doors for a single candidate. In addition to that, pulling people out of an audience and offering them $1 million cardboard checks at a political rally. Yes. If you can't, listen.
That's illegal. It's illegal. But who's going to check? Who's going to check? This is what all of the, this is horrible. The people who need to do that are people like Jasmine Crockett, Cory Booker, the representatives. Those of us who voted, I'm sitting here like, I can't believe this is happening, but
it feels like election interference to me. All I'm saying, listen, what King say? Just be true to what you say on paper, right? That's election interference. If under any other circumstances, how could that not be, right? Like, okay, I get it. There's a camp of people who will say that a fact that most people get their news and information from the internet. We are a social media culture, and if the five most popular places on social media are all owned by 4 people, roughly, then and all 4 of those people support one person and have control over the anger and audacity algorithms that power and fuel most social platforms, as well as owns and that of those 4 people, one of them also owns the Washington Post, right? Like, there's a body of thought that feels like that's probably election interference due to the level of misinformation that's taking place. Right now, that ain't necessarily what's on paper, but you going into the region and putting $25 million into one candidate, not to mention all of the other donations given to the local Republican Party, not to mention paying all the people to knock on the doors, not to mention giving away the $2 million checks at a rally. I don't know. What's the bar?
Well, you already know. This is America. There's no bar. They promised the Indians and Native Americans something, and it's like, here's some smallpox. Oh, matter of fact, get out. Trail of Tears. Here you go. Yeah. Promise 40 acres and a mule to the formerly enslaved. And you know what? Jim Crow looks very good. You're not only were you not getting this, but take this hanging. Here we go. We about to terrorize you for the next 40 years.
Let's see how your body responds to this untreated syphilis, yeah, or radiation.
Black people's skin is thicker, their bones are denser. You don't need to protect them against this radiation. Let's x-ray and see what happens. This is this country, okay? So I'm not shocked or surprised, but they didn't win in Wisconsin. The people showed up, Drew, with all of the shenanigans. So we know what the solution is. We have to show up. And shout out to Eugene Robinson. I hate that you're on Morning Joe all the time, because I respect this his journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Today, he has quit his job at the Washington Post. He quit his job due to significant shift in Jeff Bezos, who owns the Washington Post, to his recently implemented policies where the opinion section will focus on 2 pillars of personal liberty and free markets. They can't criticize Trump anymore. This is an edict. Eugene Robinson, who has been a journalist for 45 years, columnist for a large portion of that, said, I wanted to let you know that I've decided to leave the Post. The announced significant shift in our section's mission has spurred me to decide that it's time for my next chapter. He wrote an email that the New York Times put out. That's funny. I wish nothing but the very best for the paper and for all of you. I wouldn't even put that line if it were me. I don't wish the best for you. I wish y'all burn in hell. I wish you to never have any success. I hope you lose all your money, because what you're doing is wrong. That's what I would put. But he was raised nice. I was raised well, too, but I ignored it. I won't be a stranger, he said, and I'll be reading your unparalleled work every single day. He's talking about the people that are left behind, but everybody should leave.
Yeah.
This is everybody should leave. Everyone should have walked out with Al Green in Congress. Like, if there's no thick community.
Thick community.
This is the time for that. Don't let that man, yes, he might have the money and all of this and the means, but you are acquiescing to this nonsense when you stay in it.
Experience Karen Hunter
in a completely different way.
Karen Hunter is awesome. The podcast.
If you like me on SiriusXM Urban View Channel 126, you're gonna love me, and Karen Hunter is awesome. Hey, this is Karen Hunter, host of the Karen Hunter Show on SiriusXM's Urban View. Karen Hunter is Awesome is an actual podcast to bring heat and energy and knowledge and power, a 1-2 punch that I don't think you get anyplace else. Tell the truth. Check out the podcast wherever you get your podcast. You will not be disappointed.